Oh, thought we weren't going to go live there. It wouldn't click over. Well, we are here. We are live. Welcome, welcome, welcome to PJs. That's me, Peter John. Tip, so bite-sized learning. So if you're a network marketer, wannabe network marketer, lost on the way network marketer, got caught up and went in and went out and did everything else network marketer, this is for you. It really is. I don't like long, complicated training. Because on long, complicated training, I get lost. I am a mere mortal and I get lost on the way. So I like bite sized bits that I can take in, absorb, mull around, work it out, try it out, and then go out and do it. So that's what I bring to you guys. So let me just have a look. What time are we on? Yep, we're on time. So yeah, oh Brian, hello. Everyone says Brian, hello. Brian, good evening. Welcome, 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 welcome. Brian did a great interview yesterday. He did an update on his um, progress with his weight management spray, and he's done really well. So guys, if you want to know about that, you want to pop over to Brian's timeline and see the interview on his timeline. It's quite remarkable. So, and on that note, actually, next week we've actually got my sponsor coming on to do a product review on products that he's used. Happy days. And I'm awaiting at this very moment for a knock on the door about my product that is coming today. I have a new product coming. Anyway, it's not Product Wednesday, is it, guys? No, it's PJ's Tips Thursday. So let's crack on. I just want to go over a couple of things. I watched some training on Tuesday with Bob Proctor. Man, it was phenomenal. If you're not familiar with Bob Proctor, he's nearly 86 years old. He's a leading coach, mentor, everything. He's brilliant, and he carries this book around. He's carried this book around all his networking life, and someone gave it to him, and it's the which is not the thing. Is it Think and Grow Rich? I can't remember, but it's a great book, and it's really old. It's got a leather bound and everything, and he still uses it to this day. And it's about power. I can never say this word. He uses the power of paradigm, para, para, para. I can't say the word. Never could. Paradigms. You don't say it. There's a bit that's silent in it. Is it the G or is it the M? Paradigm. Something like that. Anyway. So anyway, he was on. He was brilliant. Something that I hadn't heard for a long while, and this was a quote that I haven't heard for a long time, and I thought, yeah, you know what? And it was people keep treating the symptoms and not the problem. They go on treating the symptoms of something and not the problem, and we need to sort the problem out, not covering up on the symptoms, which I thought was quite good. And something else that he said, and I really, absolutely, 100% believe in this. If you know my thoughts on school, that's the one. Para. It's not that. How do you say it? You don't pronounce the D. I don't. Paradigms. Paradigms. Something like that. Anyway, my thing on school, didn't like school, guys, didn't like it. Tried to avoid it as much as I could, which was quite a lot. Didn't believe that I wanted to learn. I knew I didn't want to learn things that I wasn't going to use. I knew I was going to go from a very young age. Haven't got where I want to be yet, but I'm still going there. And I'm still, had that planted in my head where I was going. My own choice. No one planted the idea in my head. After I got let down, I went to get into the Navy. That was the only thing I ever dreamed of, and no one planted that idea either. It was something I dreamed of in the Royal Navy. Never got in because I was colourblind. Still am, funny enough. And anyway, so I decided that I was going to be an entrepreneur. I was going to work for myself, I didn't want a boss, and I've done that all my working life. So anyway, the point being that I believed at the time that a lot of the stuff that I was learning was useless, was going to be useless to me. It was useless at the time, and it was going to be useless to me in the future because it bored me. It didn't. It had no interest. It didn't hold any value. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to argue really madly with me here and say, well, it is. It's the value is in the learning. I don't believe it is, guys. I do believe it is if the what you're learning has something that you can use and is valuable. But I mean, I'm a great admirer of Nelson, and I certain histories I follow. But then I've always been a boat person. I've always been a naval wannabe. Um, not as a naval as in a belly button, not that sort of naval man. I always wanted to be in the navy. I've spent a lot of time in water. I spent time at sea, and so basically, that sort of thing, because I had an interest in it for what it was. I didn't need to be taught it. And, I'm not being funny, but what the hell do I want to know what a caveman did? I have no interest in what a caveman did. I'm curious as to what a caveman did for a short period of time, but I really don't want to learn that. It's not going to, religion was another thing. I'm a religious person, so I don't knock religion of any sort. But I really don't know why I wanted to sit in religious classes because they weren't going to do me any good. So that was my take on school. And one of the things that he said was that schools teach you to remember what was in books. And that's not learning. And I totally agree. You're taught to remember. It's all about your memory, what's in it in the books and what you're taught, and then you go to an exam and you have to transfer from that memory. And I've got a good memory, guys, so don't get me wrong. It wasn't I couldn't remember things from that memory to that exam paper, and that dictated whether you were a worthy person of moving into some big role, whether you were clever enough, when in fact the stuff that you remembered and you went there with was actually totally useless. And I've known a lot of people in my life who are highly educated people, but highly stupid people. And I don't mean that rudely, I mean it realistically. They haven't got an ounce of common sense. They are stupid to a core, yet they're very educated. And at the same time, I've known people who are very uneducated, but very clever. And so, I totally agree with what Bob Proctor was saying there. So anyway, guys, let's move on to Brighton's only thing in school I found useful was mathematics and geography. Well, yeah, but then geography. Got maps, didn't you? Hi, Donald. Who's Donald Cersei? Who's that? Anyway, Thursday. Quote. My opening quote is: if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. So you need to change, guys. And what I want to talk about tonight is why do people get their priorities wrong in network marketing? I'm not talking about in their home life. I'm not talking about anything that you can pick up an argument with me and go, oh, well, actually, I've got to do that every morning at 6 o'clock. I'm not interested in your personal thing. I'm talking about in network marketing, in business, okay? And first thing, what is priority? What is a priority? What is prioritizing? And in my view, and this is purely my view, guys, doing the thing first that will result in the results that will change the things that you want to change. Do you get that? Do you want me to say it again? This is my take on it. What is prioritizing? Doing the thing first that will result in the results that you will change the things that you want to change. That is what I believe prioritizing is. And don't confuse prioritizing with being organized. I am one of the most disorganized people that you can imagine. If you look at my desk now, you wouldn't believe it. There's been a world war going on down here, guys. I am totally disorganized. But everything that I need to prioritize comes to the front of my head, and that's what I do. I forget all the mess, I forget everything that's going on, I forget all the things, and I prioritize, guys. And to me, prioritizing is not paying the bills. It's not getting the car tested because it's due. It's not getting a haircut, even though it's long or such like. It's none of those things, guys. What we think are important, what we think we should be rushing off to do, we must catch the news tonight to see what's going on in the world. We must go and get the paper in the morning because that's what we do every morning. We must go and get the car in. We must do this. We must do that. We must do everything. Then, if we have time or the time that is left, we will then use that time to do the things that we need to do in our business. Now, to me, that isn't prioritizing, guys. Priority is doing the things that allow all the above, making the money, doing what is needed to do. Okay, so it includes all of those, but they come at the bottom of the list. Okay, so a lot of people go, yeah, I've got that, Peter. I am absolutely going to concentrate on prioritizing getting a sign up. No, that isn't. That's the wrong priority, guys. Completely the wrong priority. Okay, you need to focus on. Remember what I said in the beginning. Doing the things first that will result in the results or will change the things that you want to change. Okay. What do I mean by that? Right. So the end result. Okay. The end result, i.e., the things that you want to change, and the first result in the results, the end in the results that will change the things you want to change. So the end result that will change those is the sign up, isn't it? So the sign up can bring money in. The money can change what we want to change in life. Okay. The priority is getting on the phone. Is getting on social media. It's getting in the emails. It's walking out the door and walking in somewhere. It's prospecting, guys. That is the priority. Your priority is not to go, do you know what? That phone call to Mr. Such and such of such and such a business who showed an interest will only take me 2 minutes. So I can do that when I get a gap amongst doing all the things that are not going to earn me money. So we think that we need, I know what I'll do. I'll go and get a haircut. I'll pop the car in to get the MOT. I'll get the haircut. I'll go shopping. When I've done the shopping, I get back. I should be able to just catch the news so I can find out what's happening in the world. Then I must get those windows cleaned because that's priority because I've got the window cleaning coming tomorrow. And then by then, the kids, I'll have half an hour before the kids come back from school and I better sit down and make that phone call. Guys, you've got it all wrong. You've got it all wrong. Because if you don't make the phone call, you're not going to get the sign-ups. If you don't get the sign-ups, you're not going to improve everything, okay? Those things can all be chat. What? Do the phone call first. Do the phone call first. If it's only going to take you 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, why not do it first? You've got it out of the way. You're on your way to hopefully a sign-up, okay? You then get the other things done. But above all, I would be doing my prospecting first thing for an hour or two, whatever I allocate to the day, okay? Because you know what? Life gets in the way. And by the end of the day, what you'll find is just before you've got to pick the kids up from school, you're rushing out the door. You didn't get that 2 minutes or 4 minutes. And what happens then? You come back, you're exhausted, you're doing the kids to tea, whatever. You come back, you're exhausted. You sit down, you go, do you know what? I'll do that tomorrow. You've just lost a sale because Mr. Prospect is going cold now. The longer you leave it, the colder he's going. Get my drift, guys? Get my drift? So I want to point some things out that I've seen like the last couple of days. The last couple of days, I have seen things that I'm astounded by. Astounded. I'm not going to mention any names, but if they're watching this, they will know who they are. They'll watch it on the replay. So, I had a conversation with a guy who had issues getting data to spend on his business every day, getting enough data to give him time, okay, which I thought fair enough. And I've spoken to this guy over a period of time now. I've tried to support him. And I think, well, I can't push him. And then last spoke to him, I said, listen, go off and do what you got to do. Get your conversation you had, blah, blah, blah. Come back. Let's get that data. Let's get going. And bearing in mind, I spent a long time with this guy. Okay. Lo and behold, I then see him post a recipe. Post a recipe on his timeline. Now, if I wanted to be in a business, and I really wanted to do that, which is what I was told, okay, and my issue was data, would I be using my data to post recipes? I don't think so. Now that indicates that from the recipe comes a conversation, blah, 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 blah. That's data going down the drain. That data could have been used to go and watch a training video. That data could have been used to do half an hour prospecting through social media. That was all the wrong priorities. Totally wrong priorities. Another thing that I've seen, and this isn't so much about priorities, this is about, well, it sort of is. It's not it's judgment. Okay, because to me, what you do is if you want to portray an image online, especially, okay, you need to bring the things to the attention that inspire people, that give them a bit of oomph, that make them think this person is somebody I want to work with, okay. And I saw someone post or share a negative post that somebody had put on, and this person's renowned for being negative, okay. And this other person shared it, and I thought, no, you've just killed all the hard work that you've done over a period of time, where you've built, a great looking timeline. You followed guidelines. You've done really, really well. You just took it all down. All those pegs that you climbed, as if all the rungs out the ladder have fallen out, and you've gone back. Why do you want to let people know? It doesn't matter if you agree with it, guys. How many times do I tell people, do not bring politics, do not bring negativity, do not bring religion, do not bring anything to do with news things. Don't bring these things to your timeline. Don't, because you're going to alienate. Every time you bring one of those, you bring a religion to it, guys. And I know you have a strong belief in your religion, and I have no issues with that, guys. I admire it. Okay, I am not anti any religion. I'm intrigued by religions. But what if I'm not? What if let's say there's 4 religions in the world. Let's just assume there's 4 religions in the world, okay? And they're equally divided amongst the world. And you put something about your religion that you totally believe in. And let's face it, people are inspired by their own. They believe, they want to follow people, like-minded people that stick together, yeah? And you post something about your religion on your timeline that's in depth, guys, okay, or constant, you have just alienated 3/4 of the population from wanting to join your business or get involved with you or follow your timeline because you're promoting something that isn't them. Whereas if you didn't put that, you haven't affected anybody because you just didn't put it. So you haven't. Who are you telling? People that you already know are like that. Open a page up. Take them to your page, to your group. Okay? So you haven't. Nothing's hard by not putting it. It was just an opinion. It was just you rejoicing about something. It was just you doing your thing. Guys, would you go to church and in the middle of service jump up and go, does anybody want to join I've got a great opportunity. Does anyone want to join it? You wouldn't, would you? You wouldn't. So why would you want to do that on your timeline, which is your shop door, your window to your opportunity? Don't do it, guys. If we were talking about the quarters of religion, you've just 3/4 of the population. If you don't put it, you've got 100% of the population who are possible candidates for your opportunity. Don't do it, guys. Honestly, don't put your personal opinions across and stuff like that. Okay. Ignore the fact that I have a rant on Facebook sometimes, but even now I'll stop doing that. Excuse me. So, guys, that's my little bit today on prioritising. I hope it helped you. I hope you got some value. And again, we've had a little bit of a poor turnout. I must go and check that I've actually got my settings right on this. Oh, I needed that. So, guys, have you got any questions? I'll give it my 2 minutes as I normally do. We have 2 minutes to go. Right, what's coming up? Let me just fill some space in while I wait and see if anyone's got anything to say. I'm not even certain who's here. See if anyone's got anything to say, any comments, any whatever. Now, things are changing slightly all the time. I'm evolving, as you do. So the next thing we have is Mondays. I'm actually going to bring it back to Sundays. So Sundays at 8 p.m. we have Monday. I'm going to keep Monday this week. So Monday at 7 p.m. we have our business opportunity presentation. Okay. So you can bring your prospects, bring your teams, bring yourself if you're just curious as to what it is I do for my business, my online business. The link and everything always goes onto my timeline for that. Various things happening, guys. The next time I'm back here on my timeline on a live is Wednesday. As I said earlier, for the Wednesday product preview, and I've got my I've got my sponsor coming on next week, Tony Walker. So that's going to be great. And that's it, guys. I'll keep you updated with stuff. Lots happening. Got things all happening all over the place. So, got a few seconds to go before I say goodbye. So, guys, thanks very much for joining us. Share this amongst your team and everything like that. Maybe I need to go back to doing my everyday lives because we used to get people on them. And it's all dying off a little bit. I know in the UK, I'm not sure what it's like in the US and around the world, but people are gearing up to get back out on Saturday the 4th. Lots of our restrictions are relaxed in the UK because of the COVID lockdown. The pubs are reopening, etc. And I know people are really looking forward to that. So I think people are just winding down and maybe we're allowed to visit other people's homes now, and I think people are starting to just get life back and start enjoying life again. So I can't blame them for being here because if I wasn't me, I wouldn't be here either. So guys, thanks very much for your time. I'll catch up with you all later, and I'll see you next Monday. If not before, you never know when I'm going to pop up on my timeline. See you later, guys. Thanks for joining us. Take care.